here we are. We have found some piece of desert right now, so be prepared for beauty. Topic I would like to address actually today is around working with the shadow. So if we see the shadow as the disowned part in us, the part that actually we don't own fully because of trauma from the past or constriction from the past, then actually we are not able to see those part of us, and we are not able to hold our space fully, and actually we are not whole at all in our psyche. Oh wow, I wanted to pass by here, but I sense it's a bad idea. Actually, it's even a really bad idea. Wow, that's kind of special. Interesting. So in this beautiful landscape, so like I said, the shadow part of us that stay in the dark, and when you work on yourself, on the inner world, actually you put those inner parts into the light, and to the light of consciousness, and then it's enabling you to own those parts and to meet them. And that's why in the non-violent perspective, it's always about encountering. It's always about meeting something. You don't overdo things. You don't heal things. You don't pass over things. We own those parts. We put the light of consciousness in it, and by doing so, by putting the light of consciousness, then yeah, we can reintegrate those fellows inside of us. And actually, I repeat myself, but by doing so, we become someone else. Yeah, we become someone else. So it's funny to make something around the shadow where I am in this very beautiful surrounding, like finding the treasure box in the surrounding of Agadir. And the idea is to go from life alienated thinking, so like the thinking of the way we think has a tremendous impact on the way we relate with the world, and that's why it's so necessary to tame our mind, to meet our inner world, to be able to relate with the thoughts, because the life happening at this subtle level has a tremendous impact on the way actually we meet the world. And so I cannot put much more the emphasis on the meaning of having a silent sitting meditation practice. And I'm talking a silent sitting here because that's when you go into silent sitting meditation, you have this possibility of encountering the subtle vibration, the subtle thoughts, subtle life movement that are always happening inside of us. And so the idea is to go from life alienated thinking to the need-oriented relationship, which means to connect to the undercurrent that happens also all the time in us, this life force, to paraphrase Robert Gonzalez, this teacher I'm talking about, that I really like. And And so then in this perspective, we are able to meet the life force in us and to become one with it. And sometimes the life alienated thinking creates such a distorted energy. Actually, we are starting to get separated from this life flow in us. And on traumatic experience, that's what is happening. Is like your system is so stuck, the intensity of what you're living is so huge that you're not able to hold the space, to welcome it, to integrate it. And I mean, I give you a clue here, and I might repeat myself, but a lot has to do on a spiritual practice, or on a psychological practice, or on an inner world encountering practice. It has a lot to do with digesting life, you know. And what is a trauma? A trauma is something undigested that stays in the system, that is stuck. And actually, this stuckness is creating the life energy to be frozen on some part inside of us, and on our past experiences. And there's no way to overcome those past experiences. And healing trauma has a lot to do with encountering those past experiences and becoming friend with it, putting the warmth of compassion in it. And by compassion, I mean this capacity to make room for our aliveness, whatever it is. Most of the time, the shadow becomes shadow because we reject those experiences, because it has created so much pain that we don't want them to be there. But by doing so, we reinforce actually their power. We reinforce their existence. Because if we are at peace with it, we don't have to struggle, we don't have to fight. And that's why actually the principle of non-violence has to do with encountering and meeting things. It's because the more you resist to something, the more you reinforce the things. Yeah, it's this quote that says, to what you resist, it will persist, actually. So yeah, I hope this piece is inspiring. Yeah, and on some part, what a crucial point also, and I got this idea also from Robert Gonzalez, is that sometimes the life alienated thinking is so huge that it separates us from the life energy itself. What it means concretely, it means that we are in rupture, we are with our own virgin essence, true essence. And so in this perspective, it's a kind of schizophrenic movement. Yeah. So I hope those pieces, it's quite intense. I'm aware it's quite intense, and it's difficult also to take those things in, you know, on an abstract level. It takes time to digest information and to really tame them. And so I just want to acknowledge that it takes time to relate with this inner mapping. And so sometimes on the way, it's required to be gentle and kind with oneself. We do our best, and as long as we carry on the way in the right direction, the direction that pulls us to move forward and supports us to meet who we are inside, that's fine, you know. Whatever the amount of time, if it's not in this lifetime, it might be in the other one, you know. So we can relax. And here I will quote something from the Course of Miracle. I received it from a teacher I followed for some time in France, and it says, an infinite patience gives immediate results. An infinite patience gives immediate results. And I found it's heavy in wisdom, this sentence. It's like, in this perspective, we can step away from the linear sense of time, you know. We can go beyond from a wider perspective in our relationship with time. We can really take it easy in this matter. Thanks for listening. I hope it provides in this beautiful landscape that I share with you, being in Morocco right now. And I hope it is inspiring in terms of beauty, inner and outer. And let's meet again for some new inner and outer adventure. Thanks for listening.